Hi everybody! My name is Bonbon and this is Nougat. Welcome to the first video on this channel. If you aren't sure about what this channel is, who I am, the kind of topics that we're going to be talking about, I really suggest that you go over to my Twitter, which I should put up somewhere around here. But don't worry, I'm definitely going to give a brief rundown of, what everything is and what's going on before we delve into the main topic of this video, which is age regression and some tips and tricks on how to do it to kind of stimulate you into exploring your own age regression. If you aren't sure what age regression is, don't worry. I'll be posting a separate video just explaining age regression, CGLRE, and other safe for work age regression communities at a later date. Right now, this is just a little video to try and help you get some ideas onto things that might help you with your regression. It's really important to note though that age regression is an incredibly personal and unique thing for everybody, so there's never going to be a tutorial on how to age regress because it's such a vague and broad thing. There's just no one way to do it correctly. So the best I can do is offer some advice, some tips and some tricks that help me and that help people that I know. So hopefully they help you too. So before you watch this video, you have to have a simple understanding as to what age regression is. If you aren't sure what age regression is, I'm going to give a really brief rundown of just the base level of what you need to know before you watch this video. So, age regression. On the surface, it seems quite simple, but once you get into it, there's actually a lot of intricacies and a lot of differences from person to person, so it's going to be quite a long video to make talking about it because there's just so much to get into. But on the baseline, age regression is when somebody mentally adopts the headspace of somebody younger than them. This is usually to cope with stress, anxiety, depression, and sometimes just for fun. People who age regress are usually referred to as regressors or littles, and I'll probably be referring to them as littles throughout this video. And that headspace of age regression is often known as littlespace, which is also probably what I'll be referring to it as in this video. It's important to note though that those words are used in other communities that aren't safe for work, so it's super duper important that you watch who you're interacting with and just making sure that they're an age regressor and not into something like DDLG, which I'll get into on another video. But anyway, that little description should be enough to get you through the video. Before I start, I am going to make another video on this, but some littles don't regress in age. There will be some littles who have a specific age they regress to, so maybe infancy or 3 to 4, or sometimes even older than that, maybe like 4 to 8, and sometimes even older than that too. But there will be some littles that don't regress to a specific age, they just kind of regress into a soft, gentle headspace that doesn't have a specific age, but it still corresponds with the notion of littlespace. So, you're little. And maybe you're having some problems regressing or getting into your little space. Perhaps things that used to work for you aren't working anymore, and you're not really sure. This is completely natural, like every aspect of your personality, your little space is going to be something that's pretty much changing every day and changing all the time. So it's okay to, have to broaden your horizons a little bit and try out new stuff from time to time. I know I do. If you're new to age regression, this might be a really good introductory video for you, or to send to other people you know who are new to age regression, because I'm going to be going over some pretty basic stuff that's not guaranteed to help you get into little space, but it helps the majority of people that I've talked to. So if they don't work for you, I'm really sorry, and I'll probably be posting more videos in the future on different techniques, maybe for different age ranges and stuff, but this is just a brief introduction into some ideas that might help you. So, advice number 1, find a comfortable space. What do I mean by comfortable? Somewhere that's safe, private, and that you're familiar with. When you age regress and go into your little space, you become very vulnerable, and it can be incredibly stressful to regress in a space that you don't feel 100% safe in. Most littles will regress in their bedroom, but I do know some people who regress in other places, like the bathroom, because it has a locked door, and nobody's gonna barge in on you in the bathroom, hopefully. So this safe space is different for everyone, and it might take a little while for you to find where that place is. It might not even be at home. It might be at a friend's house or a significant other's house. There's no right place to regress. Some people even like regressing in public, but again, that's a different video. Find that nice safe place where you feel comfortable and you feel like nobody's gonna interrupt you when you're being vulnerable. Advice number 2. Once you've found that nice safe place, something that helps a lot of littles regress is adjusting your surroundings. What do I mean by that? Well, it's kind of a vague term, but say you have a bedroom and that's your safe place, but maybe it's a little bit bare, or maybe it's a little bit mature and black and white, and if you want to regress into an age that's younger and innocent, the safe place that you're in might not necessarily reflect how you're feeling on the inside, so it might be a little hard to maintain your little space if you're somewhere that's demanding you to be more grown up or more mature. For that reason, a few tips, if this is something that's a problem for you, a few tips I would have would be fluffy blankets, nice canopy things I've got, maybe some cute decorations, some fairy lights, stuffed animals. I've got a really nice fluffy blanket that I love, some nice pillows, just make it something a little bit softer, a little bit more innocent, that might reflect how you're feeling on the inside a little bit more. Some other things to take into consideration might be the lighting in the room or the smell of the room. I know a lot of littles like scented candles of things like cake and cookies and just really comforting smells. That helps them a lot. Me personally, I like dim lights. If you don't have a room that has a dimmer, I don't, use a nightlight. I'll show you mine. It's very cute. And you just turn it on, and you can actually adjust the brightness of it as well, so it can be super duper bright, pretty dim. This is kind of my go-to because it's cute, it's soft, it gives off a nice warm light, it's comforting. I love it a lot. Advice number 3. This one's pretty optional, and it might not be. You might not be able, due to the living situation that you're in or your financial situation, you might not be able to do a lot of stuff in advice number 3, and that's fine. It's not essential. I started regressing without this stuff, but then incorporated it in as I became more comfortable and as I was able to. I think I'll make a video in the future specifically on how to regress without these things. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, Littlespace items. What is a Littlespace item? That's quite a vague term. It could be anything really. It could be bottles, sippy cups, pacifiers, even stuffed toys. Whatever makes you feel, that sense of innocence and that sense of being little. I personally have an age regression bag. I'll show you. This is it's a little fluffy bunny. I won't go into the contents of this as much, but I've got bottles, sippy cups, stuff like that in there. I also have pacifiers. So I started off with baby pacifiers, but they're actually not that good for your jaw because they're too small for adult mouths. So I then purchased some adult pacifiers, and they're a lot bigger. They're quite intimidating, and they're a little bit expensive as well. So this is definitely, if you can, it might help, but if you can't, it's fine. Again though, if you're living at home, maybe with parents or siblings, or maybe in a dorm at like university or college, and you can't have this stuff because you're worried about, you know, people finding it and just invading your personal space, that's completely fine. This stuff isn't essential, but it does help some people. And if you can get a little something, then, and that helps you, great. Advice number 4. Join the community. I was really nervous about making an age regression Twitter account. I have an Instagram as well that I actually started on, and then moved to Twitter because I wanted to talk more and post less pictures. One thing that really helps me maintain my regression is talking to other littles and finding out, you know, what helps them, how they're feeling. It just provides you a sense that you're not alone and what you're doing is not weird or, you know, taboo or looked down upon. It'll give you that reassurance that, you know, there are other people out there who do the same thing as you. And if you're not sure what to do, or you just need that little bit of reassurance, it's nice to know that there are people there who understand. And again, everybody regresses differently. So it's a pretty big community. And I'm sure you'll find somewhere that you'll fit in. If you want to find a place to start and you aren't sure like how to make friends in the community, I'm also going to make a video on that, on how to establish online friendships, because that's something that's pretty tricky, but I feel like I have some tips and tricks that might help you with that too. But for the time being, if you need a helping hand getting into the community, talking about your regression, please message me on Twitter or Instagram. I'll have them probably both in the description. My DMs are always open for a reason, and you know, I'm tempted just to put up a screenshot of all the DMs that I have with people, because I feel like people don't believe me when I'm like, please just send me a message and talk to me. I will talk to you back. You know, I love talking to people. I'm such an introverted and shy person, but I love helping people. I love talking to people, and I love just making people happy. So if you ever need anything, you know where I am. If you don't have a Twitter, you don't have an Instagram, I'll even put my email address in the description, and you can drop me an email. Advice number 5. This is another thing that's optional, but actually has a really big impact, in my opinion. Food and drink. I'm sure you'll feel, well, I'm not sure, but you know, you might feel a lot littler eating maybe like cut up fruit or like little cute little snacks and drinking like apple juice or like warm milk, rather than like a casserole and Coke, you know, more adult or teenager things. So even just like grabbing a little bag of tiny snacks, that might be the difference between you being able to regress and not being able to regress. I have a bird in the background. If you hear him, I'm sorry. He's called Merlin. He's very loud. I'll maybe show him later. An extra like add-on tip to that is, if say you have like your cute little snacks and you're like, oh, this is great, maybe go and find like cute little plastic cutlery or like cute little plastic bowls and trays and stuff. Just like, you know, go wild, spice it up if you can. If you can't, it's whatever. You know, these are just additional things that might help you. They're not things that you need to do by any means. Me, I would say I'm kind of in the middle. I need that sense of safety. I need like the nice like atmosphere and stuff. I need like big plush cuddly toys. Maybe like cartoons or something, you know, something childish to like focus my attention on. So yeah, I would say I was kind of in the middle, but some people need more and some people need less, and that's fine. So advice number, I think we're on number 6 now. Activities. So you've regressed into your little space, or you're still struggling to, but you're not sure how to maybe maintain that little space. So, once you've finished eating your snacks, or, after you put on your onesie and, rolled around for a couple of minutes, how do you, keep that little space, without being dragged out a bit too fast? Well, I'm going to give you a list of some activities that you can do. This is quite extensive, but not complete, obviously. I'll also be putting them all in the description, so you don't need to worry about making your own little checklist or anything. Here are some of my ideas though, as to what you can do in little space, or activities you can do to get into little space that might help you. I am going to be reading off my phone for this because, like I said, it's a very long list and I'm not going to be able to memorize everything, so I'm sorry. I'm not going to be looking at you for this. Okay, so colouring, reading, preferably something age appropriate to your little space age, video games like Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, maybe cute little app games, simple puzzles, word searches, spot the differences, things that you find in younger people's magazines and stuff. Researching a cute topic like your favorite animal, making a little board on why you like that animal and stuff. That's a good idea. Doing simple crafts. Everybody likes gluing macaroni to a piece of paper and glitter, so maybe try some of that out. Going for a walk in nature, kicking up the leaves, maybe buying something out of an ice cream van, just, feeding the ducks. Those can be things that can help you out too. Playing in the park, if you have swings near you, everybody likes to go on the swings, nobody's gonna look at you weird. I like to go on the swings when I'm not in little space. My boyfriend likes to go on the swings, and he doesn't do little space. Window shopping for sweets or little space items. This can also be online. So googling cute plushies or cute bottles or maybe some yummy sweets, and just looking through and maybe even making a wish list of the things that you'd like. That can help, because it gives you some ideas and it gives you that feeling of softness. Playing dress up. This isn't something that I do because I'm too lazy, I'm gonna be honest. Having a bubble bath, or any kind of scented bath, or even just a bath with toys, or just a bath. Baths are really private, reassuring, comforting spaces. You get some alone time, it's nice and warm and cozy, so that can be a really good place to just sit and have a think, or have a little splash. Simple baking, like cupcakes or cookies, and they're great to do with other people too. So if you have a caregiver or other little friends, you can all come over, bake some cupcakes. Going swimming. If you can't swim or you don't like the water, fine. I like going swimming. I like playing with the ball in the water and stuff, and just splishing about and just pretending to be a little fishy. That helps me. It might help you. If you don't like it, that's fine, but that's just one of my things. Building sandcastles, snowmen, tree houses, or dens out in the forest. Anything kind of hands-on, that might be weather dependent, that you did when you were little. So if you're at the beach, build sandcastles, have snow angels and snowmen. If you're out and about, maybe building a den out in the forest. Don't know if anybody else did that. I did that a lot when I was younger. Still like doing that. Tea parties. This can tie in to your simple baking. If you have little friends over, or even just stuffed animals, have a little tea party. I love tea parties. Singing and dancing. This doesn't have to be a proper, I've memorized all the words of the song and I know all the steps of the dance. This can just be putting on your favorite tune and throwing yourself on the kitchen or your bedroom, or, singing in the shower. I really like doing that, so hopefully you like doing that too, because it's good fun. And if you haven't tried it, try it. It seemed a bit obvious. Playing with toys. I love toys. I might do a room tour, but my room's a little bit messy at the minute, but my room is filled with toys. I really love toys. I have Sylvanian families, lots of cuddly toys, interactive toys, stuff like that. I love toys. You might not, and that's fine, but if you do, they're a lifesaver. Talking about something that excites you. Nothing helps me stay a little more than talking about cute animals or a show that I like My Little Pony. Like, just getting really that bubbly, excited way and like getting really enthusiastic. That helps me get into Littlespace. Writing a cute little story about a cute little thing, and just letting your imagination go wild. You could also do that with drawing a picture, or colouring, or anything. Just, something creative to like let yourself go a bit wild. Keeping a diary. A lot of people keep Littlespace diaries. I personally don't, but they're very cute, and a lot of them will have like doodles or pictures or like stickers in of just how you felt that day and what you got up to. And that might help you to like, maybe look back on it when you're feeling a little bit down and just, having something nice to look at. Having a nap. I love napping. This one's in here because this one's a pretty self-indulgent one. Naps make me feel little. I love naps. Being silly. That's pretty self-explanatory. Dot to Dots kind of ties in with like simple puzzles and stuff, but I thought it was worth mentioning on its own. Reading a story, either to yourself, to a little plush, to other littles, or having a story read to you. Play fighting. I love play fighting with my boyfriend. We play fight all the time, and it really annoys him, but I love doing it. Being yourself and not worrying about what other people think. You know what? We're only on this planet for a very short amount of time. If age regression is something that helps you enjoy life a little bit more, go for it. Do whatever you want. Take it as far as you want. As long as you're not hurting yourself, anybody else, or breaking the law. But be happy and love yourself. And love your little space because it's precious and adorable. And have fun exploring things that help you feel little. Like I said, this is not an exhausted list. This could go on and on for hours. These are just things that either help me or help people that I know. So hopefully you got something from this though, whether it's just a little bit of advice or a little bit of reassurance to go out and explore your little space and be happy and don't care what other people think. Please don't hesitate to message me though. If you have any questions, worries, queries, or just want somebody to chat to or like scream about like cute animals with. Because that's why I'm on social media, to be social. So I'm always there. Come say hi. I love you. I have more videos coming out. I hope you like this, because I was really shy. I get really camera shy. And I was super worried that, just about like my face and my voice and like the way I act and like the things I'm talking about. And it's just, it's quite weird talking to a camera. But hopefully, if you guys like it, I'm going to make more videos in the future. I run polls on my Twitter for the kind of topics that I'm going to be making videos about. So definitely go follow me on there. The next couple of videos will probably be what is age regression, like a proper in-depth breakdown of what age regression is and what age regression isn't, which is also important. How to make friends online, positive thinking, all that kind of stuff. You can also send me suggestions. I'm open to just about anything. But yeah, hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully this gave you some advice, some tips, some tricks, to help you explore your little space. I can't stress enough, there's no how to progress. It's different for everyone, and only you know how you regress. This is just tips and tricks that might help you and have helped me or other people that I know. So I hope that it did. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye honey buns, love you!